Hey guys! Welcome back to Let's Play Star Ocean 2. Last time we found Noel after we got sent to the Endangered Species Preserve. Last time I saved after the end of the episode there, and after using all of his points on radar, I just reloaded a few times until I got some of the stuff that I actually wanted out of it. I didn't care about the Cure Stone. But what I did get... see here, is a piece of mithril, which will be very useful coming up, as well as some moonite. Not that this really matters, since we'll be able to item create this stuff like now anyway, but it's there. I just figured I'd note that I got it. Moonite will be useful. Damascus is also useful if you happen to get some of that. The only reason I'm wasting all of his points on this path is because I won't be able to make any more use of it. So playfulness, we'll max it out and get some more money, which was nice. I think that gives you almost like 100,000. Anyway, let's head into the nature preserve. Something different about the air, huh? What do you mean they would never attack people? The air is thick with murderous intentions. The animals have never been like this before. Sure they haven't. No, you don't have to have run into a battle on Disc 2 yet, but you could have. There are plenty of enemies on the world map, both here and between North and Central cities. But yeah, if you have just run from place to place, chances are you haven't run into a battle on Disc 2 yet, other than, of course, boss fights. Okay, sure. Can we move now? So I guess the whole island is the sanctuary, and then this is a specific cave. Okay, so normally there are no monsters here at all. No enemies. Then what? If they smell the Synard and normally run from it, then you would think that they wouldn't have much of a chance. Anyway, we want to go to the right first, if I remember correctly. There it is, treasure chest.
Well, let's do it. Be careful.
Okay, so we got some new enemies around here. I'm going to switch to Lorena.
Poison! Poison!
And I'm going to watch them work, because I really don't need to do anything at this point.
Worthless.
Got a Conductor's Baton, which we don't need. And I'm going to switch who my default character is. Formation. Lena. That way I don't have to do anything. You can choose to use the characters if you want, but right now they're only really supposed to, at least in my eye, use the items that they're actually using. Now we want to head down here. This is a side path. Only 2 battles, and one of them was already a repeat. This is the most important item you can get in here, the Dream Bracelet. This is for a trick that we'll be showing off once we can get on out of here. We get the Heraldry Book, which is unnecessary. And let's identify that real quick here. Looks like more Moonite, or... yeah, there we go. Meteorite, I think we have a use for as well. What did I get? I got that book for Leon, which I bet is nowhere near as useful as the one he already has. It is not. It's got more physical damage, not that he needs that at all. This path that heads down just does a big loop around the area we just found the treasure in, and we don't need to worry about any of that.
You're in my way.
Well, let's do it.
We've got weird looking dudes. Now, these were the same dudes that we saw way earlier in the game that only drained our MP. I believe now you can run into both types, ones that absorb your HP and ones that absorb your MP. So now that we've done that, we're going to head up here. This is not a very long dungeon. Why is there a path down there?
This is bad. Here's the enemy.
More new enemies. The other thing, really, you had to paralyze him right off the pop there. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about poison. It doesn't matter, but paralysis you want to get rid of. And of course, the smart AI is going to have fun jump attacking when it should be using techniques.
Well,
but
that's somewhere around
oh well.
80 points.
Poison you can get rid of outside of battle. The only other character I would think about using at the moment... I thought my characters were evenly leveled, but I guess not. Oh well. Would be Opera, and that would be to use her Healing Star ability so I can level it up over time. We're already at 200. Now's probably as good a time as any since we're not struggling too much with the enemies in here. So you could switch and then just basically spam healing with her every round. The other thing I want to do is use Blackberry. Find one. There we go. Let's see here. So it's just one big long loop. Repeat battles. Yeah, they didn't show... Oh, there is a treasure chest there. Cinderella glass. There we go. Yeah, I don't even know if that's on the map as I was using it. It was not. Okay. At least I don't think it was. Okay, you don't want to head up first. I don't know if it'll disqualify you from getting this, but you definitely want to come down here to get this treasure chest. Not because we want the treasure chest, but because we wanted the final scene with the Redheaded Girl. This is the final one that you need to view, and if you have not gotten this, you need to go back to the start of Disc 2 in order to make sure that you get it. If not, then you miss out on recruiting said character. And if you notice that she dropped something, we need to pick that up. It's also when we learn her name. How did she get here all by herself? Okay. Flying Hawk robes. Those are useful for you. As you can tell, very good gear to have for her. And she'll use that for quite some time. Now, our equipment does need a little bit of boosting. Not that we need it for these fights. But it would be nice to get ourselves even more overpowered than we already are. This looks like a job ID. It says Chisato Madison, editorial desk, The Need Chronicle, which is located in Central City. So yeah, you want to make sure that you grab this. I don't know why you wouldn't, but if you're on a path that has recruited Opera and you picked up Ernest, so you only have one slot left, you're going to want to say no when Noel asks if he can stick around in your party. Because Chisato is a much better character for the reasons that, well, we haven't really taken a look at this yet, but let's see what Noel does. He's a mage. And he is a red mage, meaning he does black magic and white magic. He doesn't get anywhere close to the magic stat or the intellect stat of Reyna. Actually, this is a good opportunity to show this off. He's a mage, but everyone starts with an intellect of 0. He hasn't gained a single level yet, so yeah. Technically, he's a Nedian. I was saying before that there is a cutscene, I think, later on that explains why he has both him and him are supposed to have like ears that are supposed to be very much the same. They kind of look the same in the sprite, but in the portrait, not so much. So anyway, there you go. If you're interested in that, I think it requires recruiting both of them, meaning it must be done on the Claude's path. But I won't be saving him on this path, so don't worry about it. You do want to head back this way first. Actually, you probably could take in the other path too, but there are 2 treasure chests to grab here. There aren't very many new enemies here. They're pretty much all the same, 3 that we've already seen, so no point in showing off any of them. I think we want to head this way. Yes. Okay, there's a save point there, which we'll want to use, but before we do that, we want to head down here. Okay, finished off the same guys over and over again. Get these 2. Another question mark mineral. You'll notice that the amount of items we get that are question mark will start to increase at this point. Fast forward, get a meteorite. That will have uses later on. Now you probably want to save, though I don't find the boss fight particularly difficult myself, but it can never hurt. Yeah, taking control of Opera in this dungeon is actually rather recommended. As you can see, I've gotten 60 uses and I haven't even used her throughout the whole dungeon yet. The reason why this is so easy is because the enemies around here don't do a lot of damage, so you don't have to worry about them, and your character is going to be jumping to hit all the flying enemies, which seem to be the most common enemies in here. So the battles last long enough for you to spam this over and over again. Basically, by the time we reach the end of the super dungeon, the bonus dungeon at the end of the game, after the final boss, then I want to get proficiency with Healing Star up to 999. But I don't need to max it out right away. It's entirely pointless. It heals almost 1500 now, which is more than enough for most of my healing needs. It's half of my max HP, so that's as useful as I need it to be for now. I do want to save, though, before we move forward. Go. And the other thing we'll want to do is we'll want to make use of a blackberry to heal you up. And then we head up here. Seems kind of weird because technically they've kind of turned the area. So we head up and we come out and go left this way. It's kind of weird how they do that. It's being attacked by... What is it being attacked by? Oh, those things. Okay,
It's gonna be tough. Be
time
careful.
for a boss fight. Anyone want to expect that we do much in this fight? I'm just going to spam Healing Star. Because I really don't need to do anything else.
Healing Star.
This is basically what I've been doing in most of my battles. Healing Star over and over again. And yeah, that makes for rather boring fights, but to be quite honest, the other two have more than the ability to take care of them on their own, and it just means that we're all going to be full health pretty much the whole time. Get some reverse stalls that we don't need, get some levels, which are always very helpful. Based on Pokemon logic, yes. What, now you say it? Why didn't you say that before? Oh. Well, they kind of look like dogs. They look like little puppies. Yeah, we're not fighting the mother. I don't care what you want to do, Claude. We're not fighting the mother. Okay, did you really need to use those terms? Really? Fight and control, sure. Did we really need to bring dominate in here? I really don't think that brings off the connotations you guys wanted. Oh boy. No one wanted you to do that anyway. What are you talking about? And we got healing from Reina. Didn't seem to work. Maybe they can teach us teleport magic. What exactly are you doing? You're just standing there. How do you figure that? Yes, they are. They're usually the problem. I want to understand what's going on in this game, but they don't use the proper words. Oh, this game's funny. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the dungeon there. Now, our airship looks ridiculous in this game, to be quite honest. I think these Synads look really, really stupid. Anyway, we're going to go defeat the 10's Widesmen. You stay here and do your job. No. I will be taking Noel with me on Reina's path, and I will still have one slot left over, which means I'll be able to recruit Chisato as well. But if you've recruited Opera and Ernest, then you'll only have one slot left over. I highly recommend Chisato over Noel, just because he's a mage, and mages really are not particularly useful in this game. I must fight them. You must fight them on your own. You need to protect the animals. You stay here. So yeah, we used his skill points to get some stones, some minerals, and some money, and then you can go do whatever else you want. You don't need to be in my party. Not on this path, anyway. Alright. I hope we'll meet again. I don't think you can actually find him again. He might be in his house if you came here later in the game, but I don't think there's ever a reason to come back here. Anyway, so we've got an airship now. Okay. First things first. There are lots of places we can visit. There's even something in the sky. We don't need to go to most of these places yet, but there are lots of towns around here. There's this one. Let's see here. Let's turn the airship around. Your main button X is the one you will need. I am pressing it right now. You can't go toward that tower. If you hold the square button, you can, use the directional pad and move in any weird direction you want. Now, game, can you turn the camera, please? Turn the camera. There you go. The camera does not like to turn very much for whatever reason. But yeah, so we have that city there. And if you head back here, this is where... Actually, we haven't been here yet. There's a city there. And... Stop moving around so weirdly. And a city there. And there's a dungeon here. There's a dungeon here. There... This is Central City, and that's North City. And... see here. There is a dungeon there. And let's see here. Can we just turn the damn screen, please? God, that's weird. And there is a city here. This is your hub for pretty much all of your activities on Disc 2. I'm holding square. I don't know why everything is shaking, but it is. And let's see here. So that's a dungeon. And that was that, and then that other dot in the sky here, that's another dungeon. So we've basically seen what all of the dots do. This one here, like I was saying, in front of us, we can't go there. That's the final tower. We'll go there later. And then up here, of course, is, come on, turn, Noel's house, and the preserve there. So yeah, that's pretty much everything we can do at this point. We can go into pretty much everything save for any of the dungeons at this point. We can go to all the cities without any problem. In order to go to any of the other ones, we need to first head back to Central City. And there's a few other reasons we want to head back here as well. Anyway, that's pretty much all the time we have for today. Next time we will head back into the city, and hopefully we'll be able to recruit Chisato and continue on with the plot a little bit before we basically grind everything to a halt. We can go on with the game and do dungeons at this point, but at this point, really, it's item creation time. We've already done a bunch of it, but it's time to do a little bit more and show off some of the few item creation techniques that we haven't really had access to at this point. Anyway, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.